Welcome to Rick and That Michelle Chick. I'm That Michelle Chick.
And I'm Rick. Welcome, welcome.
So podcast number 13.
I can't believe
number
it. Is this
13.
Taylor Swift's lucky? I mean, we're going to talk about Taylor
It
coming up.
is.
So this must be Taylor Swift's lucky number as well.
It is, yes. So
How ironic.
Yes, as Alanis would say. Exactly. But first, let's hear about the house. Any updates?
Oh, about my house?
Yes.
Don't even get me started on it.
No.
No, it's right now, thanks to Megan, it's been demoed basically. So the guest room is gutted basically, and yep, it's gonna need new carpeting, new drywall. Looks like it's interesting that it has a concrete foundation to some extent, but it looks like there's a big crack in the foundation, or just a crack, and it looks like it had been filled before.
Oh,
so it had
somebody
goop,
tried to
it had goop in it before. So I think that this has actually been a reoccurring problem with this old. This house was built in 1970. So my gut is, yeah. So we're gonna have to replace the outside, the wood on the outside, and put put
new
some more insulation. Yeah, insulation in there.
Yeah.
And then, but it's dried out. Megan being Superwoman and well beyond my skill set, she had that thing demoed in a day, and she is just way better at this. Because to me, I freak out. I do anything financial. I'm like the Tiger King. King. I'm never gonna financially risk. So one of my biggest weaknesses is I totally overreact.
Right, which we talked about that last episode when we were talking about all our financial problems.
I don't even want to deal with the problem. Like I want it to go away. I want to hide my and then she has to walk me off the ledge, and she's like, the house is still here. It's one little section.
Right.
We'll get through it. So yeah, so it's one of those things that hey,
which dog is that?
That's Barkley. Well, Barkley's gone deaf.
Oh,
poor Barkley's deaf. So so and then we have a guest dog staying with us named Cairo, and so that's why Barkley's barking. So if Cairo is upstairs making any sound, or if Bodie's making sounds up there, he feels like it's his duty to protect, and he's way down here in the basement area. But I know, but poor Barkley has no hearing, so I don't know how he hears. I think he can still hear he can still hear movement or something, or vibration.
Maybe I was gonna say vibration. Yeah.
Yeah. He's hearing that, but that's about it. But if you try to call him or anything, you have to get in front of him where he can actually see you.
Be like, hey,
so the good news. House is fixable. I mean, we haven't got an estimate yet. It dried out over the weekend. Megan and Kyron went and got a big giant blue, one of those massive industrial fans.
Yep.
So it's been drying out. But yeah, she pulled up the carpet and got rid of the drywall area and basically dried it over the weekend. And so we're gonna go get. We already have a HELOC. So we may have to add to the HELOC a little bit in terms of fixing that little section. So, but me, of course, I have to over-exaggerate and freak out and lose my mind. And as you know, growing up poor, my biggest fear is back to the poorhouse. And it's not about the money. It's just the fact that I don't want to ever have those feelings. And that stress and that worry.
It takes us back. And we've talked about this on multiple podcasts.
Yeah.
It takes us back to our childhood. Like, it literally takes us back. Those feelings, the places we were. Yeah.
I love people.
It's just a trauma response.
I know. But I love people who can, people who go through life like nonchalantly, that whoopee wah deal. I'll just swipe a credit card. Big deal.
Right.
It's like I can't. I just, for some reason, I can't live like that. It terrifies me. So that's when I'll be the first to always concede my. If Megan and I, we don't fight very often, but if we ever fight about anything, it's always finances or something financial.
Isn't that the number one cause of divorce? I mean, Megan and I are the same, so it's no different. I think that's any couple.
Yeah. But and for us, so I plot out my budget monthly. And so it's like, I know what I can spend. And so when something, we have savings and different things like that, but it's like, but it takes me a long time being in radio to save some money. It just doesn't happen overnight. And so it takes me months and months and months. Then I do a project. Let's say it's a $2,000 project. It took me 8 months to save that money, and then
Right.
it's gone in one project,
Right.
and then I have to start over again. So,
Right.
but the house will, as Megan says, the house survived. We're
That's
still
good.
here.
There's no mold, and sounds like Megan got it all
Oh,
cleared out.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
so just to show you how, financially crazy I am, it's, man, I'll live in that mold. I'll let
Oh,
she's like,
no, you
and
won't. Oh
she's
my
like, hell
god.
no. And
No, that
she got out a sledgehammer and she went to town. She goes, I will not live in this.
the hell,
Where
that is
because
so unhealthy. Yeah.
well, she said, because I said, well, we'll just fix it when we sell the house.
Oh,
So she did not take kindly to my advice
well,
on that, and she took the
no, because
sledgehammer to
what
the wall.
about like the floor joists, the main like
Well, it's the good news,
supporting
that's concrete
underneath?
because it is the
But
basement.
there's
So
no, but there has to be wood, floorboards and joists connecting to the
no,
concrete
ours is concrete at the bottom. So
for
I
like
guess
your,
yeah.
but the next floor, like your
Oh,
next level
I'm sure
would
the
have
second.
like the wood
Yeah, the nice thing
flooring.
about it, I think we're going to be okay because the sprinkler was really hitting this one area where that
Oh,
crack
that's good.
was.
Right.
So, I mean, if you go upstairs and look on the outside, it's a couple panels on the outside where it strategically would just stay.
Right.
So,
So not a lot of the wood part.
no, it wasn't going back and
Oh, that's
forth
good.
along the wall. It's just one area.
Oh, good.
So,
Good.
yeah. So that's the
So
good
yeah,
news.
you were over exaggerating it. That's yeah.
Oh, don't I
I'm
always?
kidding. Yeah,
My eyes are
that's our
brown.
job.
I always that's what I do. Every story is an over
Yep.
exaggeration.
Yep.
Once you know that, then you
Yep.
know that I'm just a big bullshitter.
Yep. Yep. That's our
So
job.
so yes, but my kryptonite, my weakness is
Mm,
anything financial because I have as Dave Ramsey would say, I have every dollar accounted for in my budget.
right.
And so when I get hit from the side, I literally lose it.
Right.
But then I get over it. You
Yep.
know me, Michelle. How many years have you known me?
Oh, 25.
Right.
Yeah.
So I freak out in
Yes.
situations like
Yep.
yeah, like crazy. And then once I come back to earth, I'm more reasonable.
And you also freak out when you don't want to go do something.
Oh
You
yeah, any
whine and
goal.
complain that like the entire like a run up to this event, and then once we get you there, then you're like fine, and you're having a good time.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
but we
and
have
I
to hear about it the entire
right,
time
right.
leading up to this event because you don't want to do it or you're dreading it or this
And
and
then I and
that,
then
and
I
then you
and then I
get
turn
there
on
and it's a good time.
and I turn on the Richter charm, and
Yep.
then once I'm done with it, I always usually when I leave an event, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I did that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's what I
Yes.
always say.
Yep.
Isn't Jay
Yep.
like that a little bit?
No, I mean, he's pretty social, so I think I'm more the reserved, quiet person. I mean, like you, I can turn it on when it's necessary,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
if it's
absolutely.
just like
If I don't
going
have
to,
to,
yes,
I mean,
right,
I'm wasting precious energy.
right. But I think mine being like the reserved, stand up, like basically I have to read the room and figure out everybody's personalities. But that is a trauma response
Yeah.
from growing up because I never knew what was going to come through the front door. And so you have to
Be
gauge
ready.
everybody's personalities, and you're always in that mindset. And so that's something as an adult, it's been really hard for me to break that cycle. Talking to my therapist, she's like, yeah, this is going to take
Takes
a lot of work. Like it's not just going to happen overnight. So
Yeah,
so
it takes forever. I will say, I think one of the best compliments I ever got was from Andy Winford, who said, "Rick, you're very self-aware," and
mhm,
to me, that I think that was a great compliment because when you're with a group of people, and okay, so I'll give you a great example. One
mhm.
thing that you honestly never hear me talk about, even all the years we worked together, is comic books.
You have talked about it.
No, but not in depth. But not in depth.
No, no.
So
Like you talk
even
about
though I
how
love what
you would love Superman number
right,
one or
but
whatever, or how much
there
it sold for, or
but there are people I work with when it comes to sports or when it comes to comic books or just their likes. It's like I want to hear their likes, and then they go on and on and on and on and
Uh,
on. And
because that's their personality.
so
Like
you have
that
to
it
yeah.
takes
So when
over
you're
who they are.
Yeah, so when you're in a conversation with somebody, it's good to know a lot of it's good to know a little bit of a lot of things
Right.
And then if you're in the conversation, you can gauge yourself in that conversation. So I always say you don't overstay your welcome. So let's say you're talking about sports, or you're talking about anything. You talk about living, growing up on a ranch. I mean, different things like that. All the shared experiences that you have.
Right.
And then, but you're able to, with being self-aware, you're able to gauge the conversation to where, okay, now I'm really boring this person. Like
Right.
they're glossed over. They're glassed over. They're gone. And so if you're self-aware, you're like, oh, hey, well, all right, I'll see you later, and you tie it off.
Right.
And it's kind of almost like doing a radio break a
Mhm.
bit. It's like, okay, we lost the audience. You lost them.
Okay,
Tie this
so in this
tie this thing
podcast,
off.
I can say you've overstayed your welcome when you start telling a story. Just keep going.
Probably.
That'll be the cue.
That's the
Overstayed
cue.
your welcome.
Well,
You
I mean,
overstayed your
I
welcome.
didn't say I was an expert at it. I just said I
Just
definitely
kidding.
try to gauge myself in those conversations. But
I
we have a
have to
coworker.
tease you about that.
And what's funny, we have a coworker that drives Patty nuts because he'll come in and he is. I think he's a little on the autistic side, which is perfectly fine. But he's an
Right.
expert in everything.
Oh,
Like
wow.
it doesn't matter what it is. He's an expert.
Is
Like
he more like the expert or the know-it-all? Because there's differences
I'm
to
gonna
some
say
extent.
a know-it-all.
And the know-it-alls are annoying as hell. Like
So
they
yeah, and he's a good coworker, but it's funny, even when he comes in and talks about comic books, which is my number one love,
right.
within the first couple of minutes, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Right, you're done.
I'm
Let's move
done.
on.
I'm done. I will have a little fun with this one though. So it is nice to get one up on a know-it-all on
Yes, it
occasion.
is.
So
Yeah.
Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo this last week, Daughtry was performing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went backstage to Daughtry. So I'm talking to Chris Daughtry, the
Mm-hmm.
lead singer of Daughtry. And a lot of people don't realize this. He has done several comic book covers. So for
No,
DC Comics and Marvel. So
I would not know
Spider-Man
that.
and Superman and Batman. Well, my Mr. Know-It-All coworker was there, and guess what? He didn't know. So I walk up to talk to Chris Daughtry. I'm like, oh man, I really love your work on DC Comics and Marvel Comics. And he was like, what? He does comic books? He's a comic book nerd? I'm like, well, he does have a song called Waiting for Superman.
But that could just be have nothing to do with the real Superman. But normal folks like us that don't have that information or know that information, that song to me is just, oh, that's a really good song.
You're right. But he just, yeah. So he wrote the song, but it's one of those. So it was nice to get a one up. But again,
Good.
yeah, you try not to, in those conversations, you try not to overstay your welcome. Or
Mm-hmm.
I have another coworker, and he's very proud of his daughter. She's doing great, and she's been a baseball player her whole time. Well, he'll come in and it's not within the first minute or so, I'm caught up, and then he starts going into the rules and coach says. So it's always like coach says. I'm like, well, number one, I don't know jack shit beyond the basics of baseball.
Right.
So when he starts going, and that's the same with football. We haven't talked about this. Football is my favorite sport. I do love football.
Mm-hmm.
I love football. Football as a kid was my favorite sport.
Right.
But definitely not at the depth and level that people get crazy on.
Baseball was always my sport, but yeah, I'm not into stats and who did
I'm
this
just enjoying the
back
game
in 1989.
Yeah. It's kind of like what I learned about NASCAR is you pick your driver and then you talk shit about everybody else's driver. Even if your driver's not
for a crash.
Yes.
That's what I learned.
That's the whole thing about NASCAR is you pick your driver, you talk shit about everybody else. And then it's amazing when you go to, because I have gone to Fontana and I've gone to an actual NASCAR race. The booths it's all merch on each driver. So each driver has their merch. So if it's Jimmy Johnson or, any of those guys, they all have their own merch booth. And so I thought, the secret to NASCAR, picking your driver and talking shit.
Yep.
Even if your driver's not very good, you still talk shit.
Well, I mean, you have to.
Yeah, little things like that. But I also have a coworker who's into NASCAR. But if he came in and went beyond that, I'm out of I can't keep up the conversation. Oh, so-and-so's number 3 for the cup. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we've overstayed our welcome in this conversation.
All right.
Let's move on to the good news of the day.
This is the big one. I know why you're excited, because it is the 13th episode. Go ahead and break the news.
Yes. everyone who is a Taylor Swift fan has been waiting for this news that she and Travis are engaged.
Yay!
Oh my God. When I saw it on her Instagram, I had to make sure it wasn't a joke, that it was real, that it was like true. Well, I mean, so much is like fake on the internet. We've all been waiting for this moment. I had to be like, okay, is this real? Like, I need to verify this is real. And once it was, I was like, yay. And I love how she posted it. So Taylor posted on her Instagram. It read, hold on.
I know
your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And I thought that was so sweet.
The ring is beautiful. And then I thought, okay, this has got to be $1 million ring. And it is, they had already listed the jeweler was an elite jewelry place. So it's very unique.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, only the best. Like, both of them had the finances for this. Now, this wedding, I'm thinking is going to be like the royal wedding for the United States of America. For us, since we don't have like a royal family, like this is going to be it.
I mean, they probably won't televise it, but growing up as a kid, 1981, I remember when Prince Charles married Princess Di, and it was on TV. I watched it as a kid. So it's a big moment. And so I suspected something was up. So when she announced her album on the podcast, when they announced that, just the way that they were looking at each other.
But they're in love.
No, I knew it. I'm like, oh, this is not Fly By Night. When I saw the podcast and just how gooey eyed they were at each other, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm like, yep, they're gonna get hitched here.
Right.
And he's a cool. I mean, I don't get into I know you get into the big celebrity stuff like that. I'm happy she found her guy, and I like him a lot. I'm like, this guy seems very down to earth.
Yes.
And the brother Jason and the mom. I mean, we already liked them before Taylor Swift came into the picture.
Right. She just made that visible to more people. Right. Like, I wouldn't have known that unless she started dating them, because that's not my team. So I wouldn't know much about them.
So the cool thing about so Travis and Jason, he's on the Eagles, he's on the Chiefs, and so the mama would have a split jersey.
Yes.
So that was kind of so this is before Taylor, and so it was kind of fun to watch. You knew they were brothers on each teams, and both of them trying to get a ring. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the good news is the brother got one, Jason got the ring, and then retired. Yep. So it's kind of cool, and I think Travis is going to go for a third ring here with the Chiefs this year. So I know a little bit about football.
I mean, I know that if you stay in the NFL for 5 years or longer, you get retirement benefits. Oh yeah, I know that much.
They're taken care of. But
not all of them.
But this is amazing. I mean, it is normally like you said, you don't get drawn into all the celebrity of it all.
No.
But it's a fairy tale. It's a love story. I like, right. and you've met Taylor.
Yes, a couple of times.
And and she's the sweetest. I have
the nicest person.
Yeah, I stood next to her. Did not get introduced to her, so I never take credit. I have been next to Taylor Swift. I was not introduced to Taylor. So I never take credit for meeting Taylor, even though I breathe the same air as Taylor.
It's kind of because
to me, it's like I didn't get introduced. So if I didn't get introduced, even though I was right next to her, I mean, isn't that how you would look at it?
Well, yeah, I haven't officially met them yet, unless I've officially met them. Like, I may have been in the same room, but they haven't met me. They don't know who I am.
So you have officially met her, which is very sweet, a couple times, and I already know her reputation. She is amazing. She's one of the best. Period. I do have an award from Taylor Swift when I was in Bakersfield. The song Tim McGraw, her very first song, was a massive hit. So I did get. So it's in my storage locker, but I do have a signed award from Taylor Swift for me. For breaking the record back in the day, 2005. Rick Michaels, here's the brand new one from an unknown girl named Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's Tim McGraw on the big 96.5. So, and I got an award for it. So that I do have an autographed Taylor.
And I'm sure she autographed many that day.
Oh, thousands.
Many program directors.
Same as my Jessica Simpson autograph poster that says, "Hey Rick, thanks for playing my record. says Jessica
Yeah.
Simpson, but
Right.
you don't know Rick.
That's probably what she wrote to all of them.
I feel bad for Chuck and Greg and everybody else who got "Hey
Well,
Rick's"
you
a
know
thousand
that,
times over.
thanks
Now,
for playing my record.
my
That
Jessica
part.
Simpson,
That part.
my Jessica Simpson one is hilarious because it did come from the record company and it is spelled R-I-K, same as the Taylor R-I-K.
Right.
So it is. I mean, they don't know
Personalized.
me, but it is my my award.
Right. Well,
But I'm super happy.
yes, me too. I wanted to share when I was in fifth grade, my fifth grade math teacher, she married my dad's cousin. And so I thought that I was like the hot stuff of the school because I was like the only one that was getting
Right.
invited to this wedding.
Oh,
So
that's funny.
that's how I kind of think of this whoever is getting invited to this wedding, the guest list of this is probably going to be better than Jeff
So,
Bezos.
do you think that? I mean, again, it could go one of two ways. It could be the celebrity wedding of a lifetime,
Or it could be
or
the
it could,
small,
be
intimate.
small and intimate. I
Yes.
will say that my good friend, and I can honestly say she's my friend, Katie Cook, posted up a picture of pictures of her and Taylor, and so if somebody's going to get an invite, I'm sure Katie's going to get an invite.
Well, yeah.
So I'm 2 degrees separated from Taylor.
Yep. Yep.
So, because I did go to Katie's wedding in Nashville. I got invited. We went to Nashville years ago, and you especially like it because her husband is the lead guitarist in Tim McGraw's band.
Yes.
So yes. That's legit. I mean,
and I was super envious because I remember, I mean, we were working together when you went to this wedding, and also the former mayor of Yakima. And I was super envious just because I wanted to know, like, is Tim McGraw going to be there? You know, are they going to play songs?
It was a gorgeous wedding. Tim did not. Yeah, it was a gorgeous wedding. Tim did not show up, but there was I don't know. I didn't. I mean, but it was an intimate wedding. It was like, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred, maybe 100 or so. So felt pretty proud to be a part of that. So I'll be curious to see if Taylor does the big wedding or if it's going to be the intimate wedding.
Right.
Some people say she's already married.
Dresses are going to look like. I mean, I'm all in.
I know. I saw someone already like, oh, what's the dress? I mean, it's all you girls, you girls.
It's the one, fantasy of childhood that we have. We dream of this wedding day. And I mean, not all girls. I mean, some girls just like to go, to the justice of the peace, and that's fine too. But I think the majority of us grow up on these Disney movies and we have this fantasy about these weddings. Right. And most of the time it's not like real, real life.
Okay. I'll give Taylor credit. I think, I definitely think she's a Disney princess. There's no doubt about it. But yes. I also look like, but when you have like more money than God, it's like, I just don't, I mean, I guess I just don't understand the fascination with that incredible wealth that's a normal day for them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is. So,
it'll be a
grand event.
But you already know, Michelle, they also, what's crazy about all of this is they will make money off the photo shoot. They will make, I mean, the insanity of what people will, this is why paparazzi, I'm not a fan of paparazzi, but this is a reason why paparazzi follow these folks around.
Yep.
Because people
got to get the money shot.
And they want to feel like they're a part of this life.
Yep. Yep.
So
I mean, it's an escape for us. It's like no different than escaping in a book or a movie, or for you comic books. For us, it's just an escape, and we're living through this person, and we get it.
I did see that Big D and Bubba, the country guys, posted an invite that said it was February 8th.
Oh, that's the day
for Super Bowl or whatever it was.
Right,
like,
yeah.
So it says, Travis and Taylor, we've been invited, and I think it was a joke.
Right.
Unless the Chiefs win a Super Bowl is what it says.
I was going to say, is that like getting a dig that they're not going to win
and that's what the joke was on the invite.
I see. Of course.
So,
yeah.
But it's super exciting. And I think, like you said, Princess Di was a big, what other incredible weddings can you think of off the top of your head? Besides that, I know that was a massive, that was the one.
Right. Yes. Prince Charles, Princess Diana, probably Kate Middleton.
That was
a
Prince
big one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give.
And then Meghan and Harry.
Yeah.
Because and like and Carolyn and JFK Jr.
Yep.
I kind of remember their wedding, but it wasn't a big, grand affair. Like
no, I just
like what we would want in that family because they are the closest thing that we would have to a royal family here in
Right.
America.
And I could
So
see that with and I see that with Taylor. I mean, it's so funny when that news broke, my entire Facebook, Insta feeds were
that's
just
all it is.
it's all it was. And even people making jokes too. I mean, it just nothing but me. I mean, just the list goes on and on and on. But
Yeah.
I will give them credit. The podcast, when she announced the album, they looked like they were in love. And I thought, oh, this is
Yes.
gonna stick.
Yes. I'm just so happy she's found love and someone who obviously looks like he loves her back and treats her well. Like that's what any girl deserves. So
And I mean, as much as we love Taylor, let's put it in perspective too. She's 35. It's
right.
not like
The
I
clock's
mean, I
ticking
think
if she's gonna
she
have
seems
kids.
yeah, but she seems timeless in our eyes because we
Hmm.
still think of her as 16 or 22 or
Yes.
23.
Yes.
She's she's 35. She's pushing
Hmm.
she's pushing 40.
Right.
So,
Right.
and he's 35. They're the
Yep.
same age.
Right. Yep. Biological clocks are ticking.
Uh, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, she's 35 years old. I get it.
Yep.
So she found a
Yep.
true love. I love it.
Yep. All right. Well, let's talk about this Cracker Barrel logo because I did not. Okay. Okay. First off, when I started seeing all this come up in my social media, I'm thinking, oh, what? Why is everyone upset about this? I didn't understand why everyone is so upset that they changed the logo. Is it okay? Is it because they took the guy out of the logo? I mean, yes, the new logo is super plain and generic, which if that's what they wanted, that's what they wanted. But is that why they're mad because they took the guy out of the logo? Like
Well,
I,
there's also
I
the
don't get
guy
it.
in the barrel. There's a barrel too. So
Yeah,
he's leaning against the
right.
barrel. I
He's
I
leaning up against the barrel, right? He's sitting there like
I
I,
again,
I
I've never been to a Cracker Barrel. I know that they're predominantly Midwest, down south,
I've been
all of
to
that.
one in Texas like
Yeah,
like
this
15
is a
years
big
ago.
deal. It's a big deal, but it's like I just have never seen people freak out over. Well, people freak out over everything these days, and
Right.
so they feel like they're taking the Americana away, or the Americanness of it. And it's funny if you look at, and somebody posted up, which I thought was very interesting, was McDonald's or Taco Bell or Taco Time back in the day. All the restaurants look like boxes now.
Right. It has, well, I think because it has to be something simple and quickly recognizable. Like it can't be this busy,
Well,
I'll use that
Americans,
word, a busy logo. Like it
but
has to, like you have to instantly recognize it when
well,
you
but
see
you
it, right?
recognize McDonald's when you were a kid. You recognize Taco
Oh,
Bell.
definitely. Yeah.
So I think that there's been this move, and I don't know what it is, modernism, to
Mm.
where everything's a square box. It just is. Like Taco Bell's a square box, McDonald's is a square box. And so I like when I see a retro McDonald's or I see something retro looking because it takes us back to childhood.
Maybe that's
So
because of social media. Everything's a square box. We like in this program are a square box. Like
right.
our logo is a square box. Like maybe
I
that's what it is.
understand, because like for me, my favorite logos is I love the neons of the 80s. The 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was a record album like Duran Duran, or it was I love the font where it's like paint.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the person's name. So if that said Rick and that Michelle chick, and it was like
the graffiti looking.
yes, and it like splotchy paint, kind of like see how this key logo is that I'm wearing.
Right.
It's got a
With
little
the little
splotch right there.
paint
Yeah.
splotch. Like you
So
were
it's
hit
kind
by
of
a paintball.
even this logo probably is retro looking considering,
Yeah.
but it's very it's got that cool 80s neon. I like that. Now I don't know if it would work today. So, but I know people have freaked out about it. I mean, I understand the Aunt Jemima or the Uncle Ben's rice. Different,
Right.
when you take it away, ethnicity from logos. The squaw that was on the Indian that was on the butter, Land
Right.
O'Lakes
The Land
butter.
O'Lakes.
Yeah, little things like that. And streamlining those things. I think you're doing a disservice. But a guy, I mean, yes, if someone wants to put comments in below about the Cracker Barrel, and number one, because we don't live there, we don't know it as well. But
right.
I just have never understood but people get upset. You change a name. Look at the Washington Redskins.
People don't like change,
They don't like. Well, yeah,
but we have
but
to progress and change in everything. We can't just.
does social media today make it worse?
Well, yes, I think they almost make these like outrage over things that aren't people aren't really outraged about. Like, or like maybe one person tweeted about this Cracker Barrel thing and then it just blew up from there.
It's like
And
a
now
firestorm.
everybody
Yeah.
is upset about it. Where we wouldn't have been, it would have just been we would have seen the commercial on TV and the logo would have been changed and we went, this has changed. They changed their logo or whatever. Or it wouldn't have even like been a blip in our minds. We're busy day to day. Like we wouldn't have even paid attention to a logo change, Like
Well,
I
when you
mean,
change Coke or Pepsi or Sprite, those all change. Well, which one was the one that it's called Starry, but it was called something else? Remember this the soda pop
sorry.
that's the Pepsi version of Sprite was called something. They changed it to Starry, but it was something totally different.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You see, I
I
have to
don't
remember.
remember. I don't remember that
Yeah.
one.
Just for that, I've got to pull up Starry Soda because I'm curious.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Because it had a different name and they changed it,
Hmm.
and people lost their minds about it.
Is that kind of like when Garth Brooks went to Chris Gaines? Remember that whole?
Oh, Sierra Mist.
Oh, okay.
Sierra Mist. So Starry was once called Sierra Mist, and they changed that, and people lost
Right.
their mind.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. I mean, a logo, and all the logos, like you said, are now simplified because like they're
Right.
like busy work or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
They're not. I guess they're not gaudy.
Right. They're just they're just
Well,
plain.
and it makes, and again, if you see the building that they're, it's like things don't look like Denny's anymore. They don't look like Sherry's. They again, they look like they're in a box.
Right.
The restaurant is
Right.
now when you go to oh my gosh, when you go to Calwitchie Canyon,
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah.
all has a very box warehousey feel.
Yeah, it's very industrial. That one
Yes,
is
thank
very
you. I
industrial.
couldn't
Like
come up with the
concrete, like
yes.
exposed beams,
Yes,
Yes.
it all has
Yes.
that all has that kind of same, I don't know,
Yeah.
kind of that same feel.
It's kind of modern industrial.
Deconstructed. I think that was the word they probably would use.
Oh, okay. Not so much crap. Well, since we're talking about things that people have been complaining about, let's talk about the NFL male
Oh yeah,
dancers that everybody was losing their minds
what
over.
is
That
going on?
it's like okay, the Seattle Seahawks have had male dancers for years. I mean, years. And my husband's going to hate me for this. My husband was a cheerleader back in the 80s,
Okay,
but whenever I say like he was a cheerleader, he always corrects me. He's like, we were called Yell Kings. I'm like, oh, okay, you were a cheerleader. Well, okay. You know, and he basically did it because he knew that was like the place he was going to be where he could be around all the girls. Like,
well, of course,
you have practice together, you ride the bus together, you're
of
at these
course,
games together. And back then, sure, they were the bottom of the pyramid. They like
right.
threw the girls up in the air, that kind of thing, which is probably different now with these male dancers. But male cheerleaders have been around for a long time. This isn't anything new. And I think that it is just, my thought is these guys, I think it's mainly guys making a big deal about this because they're mad because now they can't, sexually fantasize about these cheerleaders. And for some reason, having these male dancers interferes with this dream that they have. It just reminds me of the guys who think that the stripper likes them. Like that's what it reminds me of, that delusion. It's like, who cares if there's a couple male dancers on the field? Who cares? There's
Well,
still women out there. It's not like they took away all the girls.
no, but I also saw. So I follow this gal her name's Brett Cooper. She's a Republican pundit. She's like
Mm-hmm.
23, 24 years old, and she was talking about this. And so she showed collegiate or high school cheerleaders,
Mm-hmm.
male cheerleaders, and a very masculine, I guess, doing the lifting and of
Right.
the
Yeah.
girls.
Because that's
And
what
then the Minnesota Vikings, and I think the other one I don't was the Falcons, whatever which one they were. And so in a sense, they found, I guess is it the gayest or flaming? I mean,
yeah.
So
there are
her
right.
video, you know, that's how she contrasted it to get everybody up in arms, basically.
Right. She's yeah. So she's
Because she showed, I guess, in a sense, the least masculine
right. So she's
male
not
cheerleaders.
upset that there's male dancers. She's upset that they're
Right.
gay. Like that's what she's upset about. Not that there's male dancers. She's upset that they're gay. Like
Right.
or
So
she's
if
assuming they're gay.
right, she's
Like
making
just
assumption they're
because of
gay.
how they
So
are.
if these guys were full beards, bears,
I mean, they
know,
could still be gay.
they could
Like
still be gay. No,
a
they're still
bear
gay.
is a gay man that is all
No,
hairy.
I get it exactly. But if they all look like, if they all look like hairy bears out there, they wouldn't
Right.
be having a problem with it.
Well,
But
maybe.
because these new cheerleaders are 125 pounds, sopping wet, and they're not what you. I mean, they're not I guess the word is they're not masculine, and hence the reason that they're not. Yeah, they're freaking out on those particular situations, and
Yeah, they're freaking out because they think they're gay. Like that's.
well,
I mean,
when you see the video, I'm gonna go, okay. I mean,
but
yeah,
who cares? Like, I
know.
who cares if they are or aren't?
And honestly, when you watch it televised, oh my gosh, when it's televised, you don't. How often do you shoot over to the cheerleaders? Really,
very rarely.
very rarely. Even in the end, you and I have both been to games. They look like little specks down. They look like this,
right? But men still oogle over them, and their outfits are teeny tiny, like nothing. They're still sexualized.
It's an outrage to be an outrage.
Yeah.
And while you're on that topic, I love that people think, which is insane, that masculine men are going away.
Oh yeah, the alpha male is
the alpha male. The alpha male is an endangered species. It isn't endangered. I personally don't. I don't like.
Hope some of these bullies are.
I don't like toxic masculinity. Sorry, I don't like it in the workplace. I don't even have friends that I would call toxic, that are toxic masculinity. It's like, you already know, I don't like Neanderthals. I don't have anything in common with the Neanderthals. If they're dragging their knuckles along the ground, it's like, I always love on Facebook when someone doesn't like Cracker Barrel or male cheerleaders, they do that meme where it's all the same looking dude. There's 20 of them, and they have glasses and a beard, and they're whatever.
Yeah,
I love
the
that
same guy that's fantasizing about the cheerleaders liking them.
But they all look like the same, and same with the females too. The Karens. They're white, and they're all white.
The Karens, yeah.
They're all white. They're all white people. So, and I just think I know this is not going to be a popular statement, but I'm looking forward to the day when white people are a minority, so they can shut the F up.
White people are scared to be the minority.
They are scared
to
be the minority.
And why is that? Because of how we treat them.
Exactly. And it's so. It's to me, it's just absurd. It's ridiculous. And it was funny was there was just a big article about getting rid of the illegal truck driver in California because
they can't speak English.
Can't speak English.
I just saw a headline. I didn't read the article yet, but it came up in my feed, so I don't know what the everything is.
So we have two
that.
cases. There's one in California and there's one in the Midwest or something. Two truck drivers one is Ukrainian, and one is in California and is Mexican, and it's like, or Hispanic, and so I'm like, why are we not deporting the Ukrainian? Oh, because he's white. Amazing.
There's
amazing how that works.
There's over 800,000 white Europeans who are here illegally, and you don't see them being deported.
Why don't we deport them? Because they're white. So again, it's one of those things where I feel like the same people bitch about the same stuff over and over, and like you said, they're afraid to lose. They're afraid to lose ground in America. I think that's But I also think, hopefully, don't you think, Michelle? I'd like to think that the workplace has changed. In my almost 40 years of radio, what was allowed 20 years ago would not fly today. Period.
Oh no, like the Gary Myries of the world.
Yeah, Gary.
Which now I'm name dropping. Oh my God,
love you, Gary.
yes. Like
What?
that,
What?
he's a walking HR violation.
Right.
Like every time he opens his mouth. I mean,
He
back
is.
then, like
He
he
is
got away
lucky.
with some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's lucky he wasn't sued multiple
right.
times.
I thought about that. Gary, I love and adore Gary, and
Yes, me
we
too.
all know that he was joking and didn't
Yes,
mean anything by it. But in this day and age, he would cross somebody that would file an HR against him.
right. Or the potential is very high that he would.
I
Yeah.
I will bring up a situation. I
Oh
don't mean to take
goodness.
us off course, but I was very hurt and I was very disappointed recently. Well, it's been probably about 6 months, 8 months ago or so. I got turned into HR at work, and I
You
was
did? For
totally taken
what?
by surprise. I'm more embarrassed by it and more ashamed of it.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
so what happened was we are judged. Remember on those LPVs?
Mm-hmm.
So we're ranked in our company.
Would you
So
explain what LPVs are, just for
people
those that
looking at our
haven't
articles
listened to the
online.
past podcast? Okay.
Yeah, so just so you know, from a radio standpoint, you are not, at least at my company, you are judged not on your personality, not on your ability to be on the air, any of these different things. You are now judged on how many views an article you write gets, period. And then you're pitted against each other. You've been a part of this.
Yep.
Where it's like, well, hey, oh, great job, Rick, on that article. But did you see so-and-so's article?
And they're expecting us to be journalists, and we're not
Right.
journalists in the
Right.
first place.
So I had made an offhand comment to a coworker. Now they're anonymous, so I'm not going to drop their name or anything,
Right.
because
You
when
don't
I
want to
got the
get in
call
more
from
trouble.
HR, they didn't tell me who it was, but I knew who it was because
Oh.
I know what I said. And I was talking to a coworker about the fact that I was not going to hit the goal, and you know how I am about hitting
yeah.
what right.
Yes.
And I just said in passing, if I don't hit goal, I'm going to hurt somebody. Now, jokingly,
Right.
and I had made the joke, that I was going to send
humor.
I made the joke that I was going to send my giant yellow truck to the front door
Oh no.
in passing.
I mean, that's almost as bad as I'm gonna go home and get my gun and come back.
Well, not even thinking about that. So anyway, Patty, it was an awkward thing. So we're working in the studio. Patty, a gal named Megan from HR reaches out to Patty and says, "Hey, do you have time to talk?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, da da da." And she goes, "I don't know why they want to talk to me. Why HR wants to talk to me." Anyway, I go, "I don't know." And so a couple days later, I get a call from Megan from HR. And she goes, "Hey, can we talk to you?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And she's like, she goes, "Yeah, you said some stuff to a coworker recently about hurting yourself or other people." And I went, "What?" And I said it was just about the LPVs. And so I was very upset. So they did not go to the market manager. They did not go to my boss. They reached out to Patty and asked if Patty was safe around me.
I mean, because she's a female, I could see
because she's
if she works with you, like you're in that
show
little
together.
room together, right?
Yeah,
for hours.
So then I got on the phone with this Megan person, and I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "I'm sorry, I offended some." You know how you feel when you realize, oh, you might have overstepped. I mean, but you know me well enough to know there's not a violent bone in my body.
No.
Like at all, period. Like,
no.
I would be the least likely ever to do anything of physical. You already know how I don't like violence.
Right.
You know, so, so she goes, "Well, we understand that. I mean," and so she goes, "Well, we're going to send you an email. You just have to confirm that you said these things and that you won't say those things again." So, and I was pretty hurt. I was pretty upset. I was embarrassed, hurt, angry, all the things you go through, because this coworker just couldn't come to me and talk to me. And so on our backside of our website, there's a whistleblower where you can remain anonymous and you can whistleblow if you see something you don't agree with. So
we didn't have that when I was there, because I would have been doing
it got
people.
Well, it got resolved. But what was interesting is the HR sidestepped the market manager and sidestepped my boss, and so they didn't even know what was going on. So they were pretty upset,
by
the fact that they were talking to Patty,
right?
So, and I know who said it. And And Patty said she could not believe it that when I saw that person, how nice I was to them. Like just didn't. She goes, you acted like nothing ever happened. I'm like, yeah, because it was anonymous. I know who I said it to. There was only one person I said it to. I knew who it was.
Right.
And I said, but I said, I can't
acknowledge that you know who the person is. So,
and she goes, I'm surprised you're not retaliating. You're not upset. I'm like,
you're
no,
not that type of person.
I'm not. No, if you know anything about me, I was more embarrassed,
right,
that I misstepped, and then I just realized, man, okay, watch your tongue,
right, yeah.
And this person, apparently, I did not realize this, had gone to our boss in previous months, and so I have another coworker and myself. When it was coming to those LPVs, we were competing. Mm-hmm. We've talked about this, where if someone wants to compete with me, it's not going to end well. So what happened was, that person had already talked to my boss about, I'm really worried about so and so and Rick, and my boss goes, they're fine. Let them. That's just who they are. Let them do what they're gonna do. They're not gonna hurt anybody. They're not a threat to anybody.
Each other, right,
or to each other. Yeah. This is their personalities. Is this
person new? Like
they were. The good news, they moved on to corporate, so they work at corporate now, and so they're not in our building. So, but I just realized, and that was a stark reminder. Oh, mind your P's and Q's. So I'm not defending myself. Hey, I messed up. I even told the I said, can I apologize? And they're like, no, we don't. You're not allowed to know who it is. And I go, I know who. And I go, I know who it is. So I felt the best way to handle it was just be nice to them and not ever mention it. And I never did. I never mentioned it. And Patty couldn't believe.
Be careful what you say around them.
Yeah, you learn a lesson. You learn a lesson. So it takes you back to the Gary Meyer thing you just said, that it really has changed, and you got to be careful. But So I've had a few run-ins through my career that I've had some couple spotty things where I'm glad I got through those things.
It didn't get sued.
Well, I don't know about getting sued. I didn't do anything that would get me sued, but I mean, it's all about growing up. It's even at middle age, you make mistakes, Michelle.
Oh, definitely. You say things like you didn't say that. Like you weren't really like, that's just who you are as a person, but like you say that in joke and jest. And for those of us who know you, know that that's who you are as a person. But if people don't know your personality, then they would totally take it differently.
Well,
than what was intended.
Yeah, just like when we're in a competitive situation, my favorite line, I'm gonna gut you like a fish. You remember I've said that a billion times.
Yes.
But I've said it with a lot more choice words in a Rick rant.
Right. Oh, we haven't talked about a Rick rant.
Oh, we have not. We'll do that. We'll say that for another podcast. I don't even know if I can replicate a Rick rant.
I know. Good.
They have to be spontaneous.
Yes, yeah. It has to be
totally they're totally spontaneous
in there. Like, I don't think you ever. Did you Rick rant at me?
No.
I don't think you ever. I would be in the room with you, and you would be Rick ranting about somebody else. But it was.
So what makes the Rick rant special is it's always at the situation and never at a person.
Not as the person. Yeah.
It's always at a situation. If you're going to get a Rick rant, it's always at the situation. It's never at the person.
No, but when you're in it, you're like, holy shit.
Oh yeah. What it was so funny was Jessie, she's still with us. She's the sales manager. She said that when she first come to work at Town Square, she'd heard about a Rick rant because I never heard a Rick rant. And then one day something went wrong. Something went wrong, and her cubicle was right next to Jamie Stickle's office. And she said she had never heard more colorful F words in a row and brilliantly, as she said, executed. Yeah. So, and she goes, it was a thing of beauty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They are masterful, I do have to say.
People,
it's some good entertainment, let me tell you.
Yeah, people are, and when they happen, you're like, what the?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you're in it with you, you're just like, what is going
on? Right.
Like, I had nothing to do with this. I don't know what you're yelling about.
But it's almost like an Incredible Hulk thing where it's such a rarity. It's not like it happens like every day or even every couple
No,
months.
they are very rare. I think you have to be really tipped over the
Oh,
edge when they
I'm at
happen.
the end of my rope.
I think
Yeah.
they like build up and build up and build up inside you, and then something happens and you just like
And
ignite.
it's not, and it's so funny. It's what makes them hilarious is I don't throw anything or anything. It's not that, it's
No,
just
no.
words.
Yeah, it's just you like ratchet it up.
It's just, yeah, rat. And then it's just the F words go every combination you can think of. The creative
Yes.
language
Yeah.
of the adversary is always hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
think even I learned some F word combinations from you that I didn't even know.
So
And I'm the cusser of the two of us.
well, I
so.
learned. I mean, it's so funny. So around this person that filed the HR complaint, I went, oh crap. You know, people around me, like Patty, or other people have seen on an occasion a Rick rant. They've seen it, so they're used to
Right.
it.
Right.
Like Paul's
Yeah.
seen it. My bosses
Right.
have seen it. I mean,
Right.
it's not like it doesn't harm anybody. It's just a whoo, there it goes. You know,
Right. It's just you just getting out
the
all
frustration,
this built up.
right? The frustration of it all. And she was one of those people that I went, my little brain goes ding, 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 ding. You can never do that around her because she is going to go tell. Even
Right.
and it didn't even. But the funny thing, it didn't involve her. That's what's so that it was so interesting
it was
that and as you've learned. So here's what you've learned. If and you and I've been I've been a manager for a lot of years. So here's what I learned. If two people are talking about something and there's a third person that just happens to hear something that doesn't like what you're talking about, it doesn't matter what these two people were talking about. You still did. You still upset somebody, but you could sit there and go, but I was only talking to Michelle. I wasn't talking to Sarah Beth down the hallway. Well, Sarah Beth heard it.
Yeah.
And has a right to file a complaint against you. But I'm like, but I wasn't talking to Sarah Beth. Well, she heard. So,
well,
lessons you learn.
Yep. Sorry about that. All right. We're running short on time, but I do want to, let's talk about the Blossom thing. I know we had several other things we wanted to talk about.
Are you
but
like
I do
a massive Blossom fan?
Yes, Blossom. I mean, not massive, but I really loved her show. Probably Blossom and Punky Brewster. And
oh yeah, I think those are all cute.
Yes,
I love dogs.
Yes, and I had read that there was going to be a Blossom reboot because Maya Bialik has talked about it, but she just announced that it's being scrapped by Disney, so it's not going to happen now, which I was completely disappointed. Because I think it would have been an amazing show. And if you think about all the reboots that we've had, so like we just mentioned, like Punky Brewster, the Full House one, Sex in the City has a reboot, 90210. It's like they've all been reboots. So why not Blossom? I think it would have been a good reboot. And then I was thinking, well, what other shows have not had a reboot that I would love to see? Golden Girls for one.
Oh yeah, love the
Facts of Life, which they've talked about that, but
one of them
didn't they sabotage or they wanted more money?
Sabotage it. So they were going to go in as a team.
Yes,
going to go in as a team, and then one of them sabotaged for more money or did something. And you know what? It always shocks me because I do love her and adore her. Nancy McKeon, who played Jo. Who has not been in a lot of the reboot or a lot of the movies and different things because she's been busy doing other things, right?
Right.
One of my favorite characters. You would think that she would be the one not wanting to do this stuff, and it's not her.
Right.
Like it's not Jo, it's not Nancy McKeon. I don't want to pick on Blair, but
I was gonna say it's the actress who played Blair, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I know it is.
Lisa Winchell. And I think and she looks the same age. I mean, she is shockingly looks identical. I mean, she looks like even today.
I mean, if you have a good plastic surgeon, you can still look good.
Well, I know that Mindy Kahn had been talking about it on a podcast, and she goes, I won't tell you who it is, but if you go to my Instagram, she'll be the only one that's missing. And so you go there, and you're like, oh, well, there's Tootie.
Oh, Blair's missing.
And there's Natalie, and there's Jo. Where's Blair? I'm like, oh, Blair got kicked to the curb.
I see. All right. And also Designing Women. I don't know if you watched that show, but I loved that show.
I am not as familiar with Designing Women. I mean,
These
I know
are all like girl shows. So
I know Dixie Carter's on it, Delta Burke. I mean, you know, I am
Smart, who's in Hacks now, and I love Hacks.
Right.
Hacks is amazing.
I do have the ability, as you know, I am a pop junkie or pop junkie. So I know who usually is in a lot of stuff. So
Perfect Strangers.
Oh, that's a great one.
That would be a good reboot. Wings. Nobody remembers Wings.
And I'm always like, see again, Christopher Bernard, Tim Daly. So I was just those are great shows. I think I was just a little too young I will
You're
tell you
older than I am. What are you talking
no.
about?
I think the big deal is I was thinking about the 90s and why I seem to have missed a lot of those shows. I
Uh-huh.
was doing nights on radio at the time, 6 to
Oh,
midnight.
yeah,
So I
so
was
you
thinking
would
about
miss them.
how did I miss all that primetime TV? Well, guess what? I
Right,
was working 6 to midnight. I worked 6
right.
to midnight. Oh my gosh, almost up to the early 2000s. I mean,
Mm.
I was again, we've talked about it, I was not the morning guy or the star person at
No.
all, not even close. I was lucky to do nights. Back in the day. I sucked so bad I had to do nights for a lot of years. Did you
Well,
because you went right into middays, right? Or did you do nights?
no, I went right into middays because I'm
Right.
again back then. That was the only time slot for females. Remember, like that's
Yeah,
the
they didn't
place
want
that you went, and that's the only place that you went, or you
did
were
you
a
do
morning co-host.
did you do 6 to midnight at Cakes DD or not?
Mm, I would fill in for Todd Lyons because he
So when
did
you
the
first
6
got
to
started, it was
midnight.
more midnight to 6, I guess?
Yes,
Midnight to
yes, on
6,
the
and then
weekends.
on the
And,
weekends, and then you did get, like, the midday slot. Or
no, then I went to Prosser and
right,
got the midday slot
and then
down
KFFM.
there, and then KFFM. Yeah,
Got it,
yes,
I see, yeah.
that's my pedigree.
Yeah, I spent a lot of years doing the nighttime because
Mm.
you know I'll leave you with one great story which always hurt
Oh
my feelings
goodness.
too. Mike McCabe, you know Mike McCabe, the
Yeah,
weather guy
yeah,
over at over at Kaima in your
yeah,
market and Keeper in my market.
yeah.
So he and I, believe it or not, have known each other for a long
Because
time.
he's from Idaho, right?
He
Or
is from Sunnyside. He's from Sunnyside,
oh,
Washington, but he had made his way to Lewiston, Idaho.
oh,
And
okay,
so
that's how you guys know each other.
yes, we know
Okay,
each other.
okay.
So we were both working at Cat FM, and he really wanted to so he'd done a little bit of weather reporting,
Mm-hmm.
but he wanted to get back into it. So what happened was, they felt that he was a better air talent on the radio, and they slotted him 6 to midnight, and I had to do midnight to 6. And then he ended up doing weather at KLEW, which is the
Mm-hmm.
Lewiston TV station, and that's how he ended up at Kaima. He
Oh.
transferred later, but it always hurt my feelings that they picked Mike, and Mikey and I are great buds over these years. But the hilarity now looking like, well, look who's had an amazing radio career.
Right.
I mean, and he even acknowledged, even Mikey acknowledges, man, you've had an incredible career. And I really have been blessed and had an amazing radio career. But back in those early days, Michelle, people got picked over me I mean, it was like being on a team. I never got picked.
Right. I mean, kind of the same thing kind of happened to me. I was so young was part of the problem too. And being young and a female back then, like we just mentioned, females only did the midday time slot back then. But everybody just would always consider me the kid, or I never had enough experience, no matter how much I worked or how better I improved. Like I never had enough experience. Like I never was going to get a full-time time slot at KXWD because of that. They just never viewed me as having ever enough experience.
And in today's world, it's such a joke because you can have as many females back to back as you want. You can have as many female artists back to back, sweepers back to back.
Yeah.
We now put nobody with experience in morning drive. No, that's how
I was told, like, women aren't going to like you.
Right. And you got to pay your dues. Our good friend Cheyenne, who I've known Cheyenne was in radio for a year and a half before she went to a major market, Phoenix, Arizona. Because they don't look at that anymore. Back in the day, oh, you work in Yakima? Yeah, you're not working in Seattle or Portland.
Yeah,
no,
you're gonna have to work your way up.
Yeah,
markets.
Remember the old radio? Remember the old radio dues, and you got to pay your dues and all those different things. And now in LA, they'll just slide. What, you never been on the radio? Great, you're a social influencer.
You sound good. Yep, you're in.
Right. Well, now they're like, well, how many YouTube followers do you have? How many Instagram followers do you have? And we slot people based on that nowadays. Yeah. So it's kind of fascinating. I will leave you with 2 reboots that I think would be awesome. So if you're talking my favorite shows, as for me, Silver Spoons.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And Family Ties.
Yes.
Michael J. Fox to me, if you're asking, for me, Michael J. Fox, Family Ties. And Silver Spoons are like my childhood, like, yes.
Right.
So,
right.
If you're talking, I don't know if you could ever.
Superman's already been rebooted, right?
Oh, a million times. And I'm a little bummed. I mean, again, I try not to put politics into it because, hey, everybody has a right to their opinion. But Dean Cain has now been is the Superman that's joined ICE.
He's part of ICE, right?
And then even Rick Schroeder gave money to the Kyle Rittenhouse kid who went up and shot up those people. So I don't try. I mean, I try not to hold that because I tried not to hold the TV show against I try to enjoy the TV show for what it was.
Right.
Not the personality of the actor or actress that has sadly disappointed me.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be more for both of us.
But so for me, because for the '90s, I was kind of I was kind of a blank because of all the radio work I was doing. Right. But A-Team, Silver Spoons, Family Ties.
The A-Team has been rebooted.
Yeah, that was.
And so has like MacGyver. I think even Knight Rider has.
Yep. Yeah. Knight Rider, MacGyver. Yeah. Those are my right in the heart of my right in the heart of my childhood. For me, of course, doing nighttime radio, I miss Seinfeld and Friends, and I know of them. I mean, again, I know those shows, who starred in them, but I'm not as passionate because I didn't get to see them first run. And this is a reboot right here. If you're curious what's a reboot, this is a reboot.
It is. Yeah. Did you see the comment from one of our former coworkers on our Instagram?
Shut it down.
On our Instagram that was like, "Oh, seeing you two together warms my heart," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Aww.
So yeah, our reboot is at least affecting a few people.
All right. I love it.
Which, speaking of that, please subscribe to our podcast, share it with your friends so that it gets out there.
Throw some topics out. You know what? Yeah. We've not encouraged you to throw some topics out. If you got some topics, if you want to know more about my psyche or Michelle's psyche or questions you've been dying to ask. As you can tell, I've been incredibly transparent on this podcast. Too much. Too much. I'm probably going to get in trouble for the HR situation because I'm sure.
Probably are.
Because aren't those things supposed to be private? I didn't say names.
What did you sign?
I signed a letter acknowledging that I had said what I said. That was it.
But nothing that was like, oh, you can't talk about this,
they said, well, this isn't going in your file. This is just a reminder that, don't go against the employee handbook. Shit, I go against the employee handbook every day. What are you talking about?
Then why did you have to sign something? It was not going in your file.
Just an email. It was an acknowledgement.
It
was like, I received your email.
Okay.
Thank you, Grandmaster. I will be better.
Okay.
I promise.
Yeah, be better. Well, thank you for listening to Rick and that Michelle chick.